my channel. I'm Mark, this is Mark's Mods, and today guys we are going to be doing our camper van build. So we are going to do stage 106 of Build the Camper Van, and we are going to be continuing with the sunroof in this stage today. And I would say the next one, stage 107, there's a lot to do, but there's not. We're literally given some parts and no instructions to do anything at all. So again, we've been a little bit taken away from doing any building on that one. I would just stop doing this. It seems to be a thing throughout this build, and yeah, you pay me, alright, yeah, okay, we're getting parts, but the idea is to build something with the parts that you get, not just to put away and absolutely do nothing for a week. But this model will be done soon. It will be finished and complete. That will be by July. So yeah, I'll be glad when this one's done, because it has been a very, very, very tricky build. Some very complicated stages in it. Putting springs on to windscreen wipers, and then actually putting the windshields on with them brackets. What a nightmare. Anyway, let's continue today with the sunroof, and yeah, let's get on with the build. So with all that said, let's get modelling. Okay guys, so this stage we are going to be working on the sunroof. Now we've got two pieces of fabric for this sunroof. So we've got a piece of fabric here and we've got a piece of fabric here. Now there is a difference. One is smaller, so we know that is the inside fabric, and this is the outer fabric. Now put a little clip on there, more will be revealed on that as we go through today's video. But we're going to need the outer first. Now this is like a stretchy fabric, really nice. But we do need our sunroof from the previous stage. So here it is, looking really nice. So the first thing we need to do is we need to put this on, and I'm just looking how this goes. Now I think we're going to have to work from the back on this. Now this fabric, it is you'd expect it to be a bit too big, a bit too small, but it is humongous. So yeah, so let's get this secured in. So all we're going to do is we're going to put some screws onto the ribs, and we're going to be doing that with BP01 screws. So it's not very taut at all. These are plastic screws. They are very small. But I do like the quality. Now the thing about it is this is going to be lining up the hole in the eyelet of the fabric to the hole on the rib, getting the screw lined up and literally screwing it into place. This does not look easy in the slightest. I've got good lighting above me. Yeah, I use studio lighting. But once you get it down into there, I suppose you could do it. I suppose you could do it. But it's just getting it lined up. I think I've got that one lined up. So we'll screw that down. Okay, that's as far as I want to put it. And then we just do one on the other side. And then it's just a case of more or less following this all the way down, screwing this in. So like that there. So you'll see what I mean when I put this second screw in. I don't think this fabric needed to be stretched, to be honest. But it's definitely the right one for the outside. So line this up, try and get the screw started, and then screw it in. Right, so you can see what I mean here. That is quite loose. So, I don't know. That is very loose. Right, so we need to follow this more or less all the way down. So this is going to be fun. Lining up all these screws to go in. So we want the next rib. It might look different once it's done. Again, just lining up that hole and getting it ready. Then bobbing the screws in. See what I mean? They're just slipping out. So let's try that again. Line up the hole. What I might do is I might do this one, and then I'll stop the video and then just kind of work on this off camera at my leisure. I'm not a fan of doing that, but this does not look the easiest thing to do. I thought I had it then. And she did. See what I mean? How difficult this is? Now, I did hear that this camper roof isn't the easiest to do. And I kind of see why now. I'm just going to change to a smaller screwdriver. Excuse me, everything flying off. This has just got a bit of a smaller end on it. Might just be a bit better for this. Give me a bit more control. No, not at all. Not in the slightest. The problem is the rib wants to move. I'm just trying to get it in. Right, there's the hole. There we go. And every time you bend on it, the rib wants to bend as well, so it's really hard getting a screw lined up. So let's see if it's any better holding it from the bottom. I think a lot of these things are whatever's working for you. That has worked out so much better. Okay, so that one's in. So let's just try to see if that's a lot better on the other side. If it is, we know how to attack this. I'm holding that rib from underneath, lining the screw. That didn't want to go in as planned. You can kind of feel that in the hole. But it's just not cutting into it. Now you can see this why I probably want to do this off camera, because this could take its time. This is kind of like a job you just put something on in the background or something. Where's that screw gone? There it is. Thought it had dropped off. No, it definitely hasn't. And you see we haven't just got one side to do. We've got two sides of this to do as well. I don't know where that's gone. Right, try again. Maybe try not holding it from the bottom this time. I don't know. Once you get it in there, you can't see the screw at all. Right, that's grabbed it. Okay, so you see me do a couple of them, guys. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get the other 6 in and then come back once I've done all that. So back in a sec.
Eventually.
Okay, so I've got this in place now. That wasn't easy, and I'll tell you why in a second. The screws are way too big to go into the holes that are in this. So what I ended up doing is, if I just turn this over, because we need to turn this over for the next stage. What I ended up doing is, we've got the holes here. I've already done these, but literally just using this small file, just opened up the top of the hole, then basically got the screw and sort of piloted the hole down into there, thus making it easier to accept the screw. So that's what I've had to do in this stage. Now we need the inner sunroof. So as you can see here, now this has got a little clip on it because we've actually got a hole on this side, and that is going to be for the handle. So we know which way this is going round. Now what we need to do on this is more or less just what we've just done on the other side. So that is to get a BP01 screw. And line it up with the hole again. Now this does take some time. It's not one of them things that you can rush. Now I've opened up that hole, it should line up with it easier. Should. Just actually noticed I've got a little bit of flashing just in that hole. So let me just get my little scalpel out and just get that out. Yep, that's gone. Okay, and now I'll try again. It should be easier now I've opened up my holes a bit and piloted a screw in, but it's only a tad easier. You've still got to line up the eyelet with the hole, line the screw up, and then get it in. So I'm using my short PHOO screwdriver for this bit, and it does the job. The difference with the short is, on this you've got quite a long edge, well this one has got a shorter edge, shorter end. Just gives you a bit more control, that's all. So now we've done that side, we need to do the other. Now I am finding this, with this being upside down, it is easier to work on. It's a bit more sturdier, but it's still not easy. But if you open up them holes up with just a file, just a little bit, not a lot, and then pilot one of the screws in a little bit, it does make it easier to get these screws in. So just a little tip. It works for me. It might not work for you guys, but it definitely works for me. Like I said, these are going in nice and easy now. Touch wood. And it's just a case of working your way down, putting this in. Sometimes with these builds, you just do need to take your time. You're paying a lot of money and you don't want to rush it. It pains a bit to see when people rush things. Just take your time. Okay, so I've done them 4 now. I'm just going to stop and I'm going to put in the other 6 and then we'll come back. So back in a sec.
20 minutes later.
Okay, so they're all in. They were a lot easier to put in. Sorry, I got a hair on there. Than the top ones. So yeah, the interior ones were a lot easier. Okay, so next thing and last thing we need to do, we've got a handle here. Now, remember I said about the peg and there's a little slit in the fabric? Well, what that's going to do is allow us to put this handle in. So if I just find that hole, which is there, and then we're just going to push this into the top hole that we did not screw in the previous stage or issue. Into that hole. Should be a push fit. Okay, that's in. Okay, and that's all there is to do in this stage. Wow. So we've got our lovely sunroof there. And we've got it there. Now this should come forward and lock in. But it doesn't at the moment, so I might need to do a little bit of adjusting on that. But I was told that this isn't the best in the world for it actually working. So maybe a little bit of work off camera to just get that working. But as you can see, that is our fabric for our sunroof in place. Them screws to put in there on them ribs, they were extremely difficult to do. To line up, you definitely have to sort of open the holes up a bit and then put a screw in just to sort of get it started, take it out and then properly screw it in. But that's just something I learnt in this stage. So that is stage 106 complete. Well guys, that's it for the camper van. Thank you for tuning in. Bit of a tricky stage. I did hear that it's not the easiest thing to do on a part work, especially this model. I have heard rumours about this in the past. The first bit of putting the ribs on in the previous stage, that was quite nice and easy, but lining up them eyelets with the rib holes to screw the screws in, that was definitely testing. But it's done, which is the main thing. I do know, I think now, so 107 as far as I'm aware is we have nothing to do at all. We get some parts and that's it. And then I think 108 we get the inner roof. So that should be good fun as well. It's nice this is coming to an end and it would be nice it would be done in July. This is one model I'm definitely taking upstairs into the new room. I will be displaying. I have decided on that one because it is beautiful. It is a really nice kit and it does have its issues, I know that. It has had its trying stages. I will not be opening the front windscreens on mine. But yeah, I'm happy with the way things are. Anyway guys, if you like this video, please give it a massive thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified of any future videos. But as for always, stay safe and bye for now.